Thanks for joining us again for another episode of Digital Things. Last time we spoke, we were discussing AI and digital adoption for water and wastewater utilities under the idea of a crawl, walk, run, fly framework. I'd like to expand on that discussion a little bit today and focus on the run and fly stages. How would you define those, and what advice can you share for utilities who are progressing on this journey?
Yeah, thanks a lot, Jay. Yeah, this is a really interesting part of the digital journey for utilities. So if a utility has gotten through the crawl and walk stage, they've done a lot of work on their data systems and breaking down those data silos, and they're really ready to start realizing some true value from digital water tools. At the run stage, we tend to start focusing on predictive analytics. Sometimes that's using AI or artificial intelligence or machine learning tools. Sometimes there's more basic tools like statistical analysis tools that we can use. And those are there to operate optimize different types of optimizations or operations around the utility that can really start to save on operational costs for most of the water wastewater utilities. We also focus on developing models, whether those are hydraulic or process models, say at a treatment plant. And also some desktop optimization is a great way to apply digital tools at that run stage to really start to home in on processes that are opportunities for optimization.
That's great. Thank you, Pete. Can you tell us a little bit more about the fly stage?
Yep, and so when we think about flying, this is kind of the fun part of the digital journey. The ultimate step we really want to get people to. A lot of times people are talking about digital twins at this stage. And by digital twin, we mean a system that puts together models with real-time data coming from the assets themselves. For example, a digital twin of a wastewater collection system or a digital twin of a treatment plant that's running in real time. And what that allows utilities to do is really gain advantage from real-time optimizations, not just backwards looking optimizations, but actual simulations of processes that are going on now. And they can really anticipate problems before they become issues and really start to see big benefits from the digital tools and that ultimate step of the digital journey.
Fantastic. Thank you, Pete. I'd love to hear a couple real world examples if you're willing to share. Let's start with the run stage and predictive analytics. What examples can you share with us?
So there's so many examples across the water cycle from source to distribution, collection, and back to treatment. One of the most popular ones is chemical dosing optimization, especially at water treatment plants and wastewater treatment plants. There's a lot of opportunity for savings on things like coagulant dosing and aeration energy optimization. Those can be done without very, very expensive software platforms, and they can be done in an offline way. They don't need to be done in real time to be able to evaluate what the return on investment would be of some predictive analytics or some optimization software. It doesn't even have to be software. Most utilities have lots of platforms that they can run these tools on. And so we like to work with people based on the tools that they have access to today.
That is great. Last question for you. When we're thinking about the fly stage and the digital twin, which is in many cases kind of the ultimate goal for a lot of people on this journey, again, would love to hear a real world example that you could share with us of that.
Yeah, that's a great one. And this is where, like I said before, we want to get people to the fly stage. We have a lot of great customers here at Trinex. One in particular on the East Coast makes advantage of a digital twin every day. They have a digital twin of their wastewater collection system. It's tied into real-time sensor feeds from the field, as well as weather forecasts. And the big benefit for them is that it forecasts areas where they're going to have flooding or potential spills or overflows from their wastewater collection system. And if there's some kind of abnormal situation, a collapse or a blockage, it alerts them to exactly where to send crews, and it saves them tons of time out in the field, and they can get out there quickly and alleviate any issues that might be happening right now.
That's fantastic. Thank you, Pete, for sharing a few examples here, and thank you for joining us for this episode of Digital Things.
Thank you very much.